Hello and welcome to another session in English language. Today, our focus is on first, comprehension. We're going to be seeing how to answer comprehension questions. And then we also going to consider register on religion. And lastly, we'll look at stress. But before all of that, let us review the previous lesson. Welcome back. Like I said, today we're going to focus on comprehension, and this time around our emphasis is on how to answer comprehension questions. And like you know, in comprehension is an important aspect of English where you should develop the art of reading and understanding, and also writing answers clearly, right? Providing answers to the questions that follow a comprehension passage. Okay, so what is comprehension? Like I've said, and I'll say this again, that comprehension means the ability to understand a given order of instruction, message, question, piece of writing, etc. In other words, we are simply saying the ability to understand is key in comprehension, in doing well in your comprehension. Okay, so the only reason why students don't do well or perform well in comprehension is because they have failed in the area of understanding. Okay, they have failed in the area of understanding. So you are going to be given a passage and you are required to read the passage. So reading also would enhance your understanding. Once you can improve your reading efficiency, you will definitely do well in your comprehension. So let's look at the following hints or tips on how to answer comprehension questions. So answer the questions as briefly and as clearly as you can. Okay? Use your own words. Don't always lift, but you are permitted to use your own words. Okay? But don't alter the original intent of the writer. Okay? So answer questions. Brevity is very key, and also what? And also clarity. Okay, brevity and clarity are key. Okay, so we must take note of those words, brevity and clarity. So the key word here is brevity. So you have to be brief. Okay, brevity and clarity. Okay, then you have to write your answers in complete sentences. Okay, you have to write your answers in complete sentences. Don't begin a sentence with because. Okay, unless the question otherwise says so, like saying in one word. So instead you see things like that, please answer in complete sentences that end with a full stop or any other punctuation mark that ends complete sentences. Then there are words that will be supplied in the passage, and you are required to supply a word or phrase that would replace that word as it is used in the passage. So an understanding of the meaning of individual words also would be tested, and so it's required that you replace a particular word or phrase in the passage. So you have to test that to see that the word or phrase you are choosing, okay, is in the right tense and would also fit correctly the word that is given in the question, okay, as it is used in the passage. Alternatively, you are asked to explain the word or phrase as used in the passage. So please adhere to these instructions and you will do well in your comprehension. Okay, so please, I would advise also that you attempt questions. Don't just go through the class. You can get, an English language textbook and go through comprehension passages, observing the rules I have given today. So let's look at a register on religion. A register on religion. So we have clergy. So when you say clergy, we mean people who are ordained to carry out a religious service. You can either say clergymen or clerical leaders. So clergymen or clerical leaders are people who are ordained to carry out what? Certain rituals or perform religious services. Okay? Then we have what you call the supernatural. Supernatural simply means it cannot be explained by the laws of science. Okay? Such events cannot be explained by the laws of science. It defies logic. Then we have ethics. Ethics are moral principles by which a group of people are guided. Okay? Then we have what you call doctrine. Doctrine has to do with the teachings or beliefs that are taught to a religious group of what? People. Every religious sect has its own doctrines. Okay? Then we say something about sacred. When you say something is sacred, it means it has been consecrated or set apart for the worship of a deity. Okay, something has been dedicated or consecrated, for the service or worship of a deity. We say it is sacred. Okay, sacred. Then we have rituals. Rituals have to do with what? Ceremonial practices or legal actions of a close sect. Okay, there are certain ceremonial practices that are not open to the public. Okay, we call them rituals. Okay, then we have the creed. Creed is a set of fundamental beliefs, okay, or what you call religious formula. Okay, a set of fundamental beliefs or religious formula. Then a sect refers to a group that is adhering to a distinctive leader or a distinctive doctrine. So with that, we move to another important aspect of this session, and that is speech work. And today we are focusing on stress. Stressed syllables. Like I said, we can break certain words into syllables, and there is a particular syllable that receives the stress. The part or the syllable that receives the stress is pronounced longer and louder. So we have matter, permit. So you can see those letters written in uppercase letters. They are the syllables that receive the stress. Survey, insist, export, masculine. So you can see that it is pronounced louder, clearer, and higher. Okay, in pitch. So stressed syllables are pronounced louder, clearer, and higher in pitch. Other types of stress that we have include your word stress, your syllable stress, and what you call your contrastive or emphatic stress. So with this, we have come to the end of today's lesson. Thank you for joining. In order to refresh your memory and recall all that has been taught in this lesson, I would encourage you to take the test that appears on your screen.